Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you can see by the title of the video that I have come back today for another update on my fairy dust blanket. Now, there are a few of these videos on my channel. They are not in their own playlist. That was a bit of an oversight, but maybe I'll get that sorted. And this was originally started as a crochet along, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to keep up with the crochet along when it was happening, but I still really wanted the pattern, and I knew that I wanted to make it on my own, in my own time, at my own speed. And I do have a plan of who to gift it to. It is going to be a Christmas present. So, the Fairy Dust Overlay Mosaic Crochet Cowl. It is by Rosina Crochets. She's also known as Rosina Plain. This is the 4 different colorways that she worked alongside Stylecraft yarns to produce. You could buy the colorway yarn packs. I decided to use yarn from my stash because I am super lucky that I have a big old stash to dive into. But that is what the whole blanket will eventually look like. Like I said, it is an overlay mosaic pattern. One of my 24 goals for 2024 was to dabble in a little more mosaic, and I have. And I can honestly say, guys, this is amazing. I love it. I have been having so much fun. I forgot how much I really enjoy doing mosaic. One of the most common questions I get when I show this blanket on these videos is there is no way that you could do mosaic, as in the people commenting. If you can do a chain, a single crochet and a double crochet, that's US terminology. I prefer US even though I'm from the UK, go figure. If you can do those 3 basic stitches, you can definitely do mosaic. Honestly, it looks scary. It looks intimidating. It really isn't. As long as you can count and as long as you can do those 3 basic stitches, I promise you, you can do mosaic crochet. Now, because it was a cowl, it was released in, I think, about 8 different parts. And then when you had done the 8 different parts, it was time to do a double envelope border. I have been coming on, I think, about once a month to show you my progress. Because this is intended as a Christmas present, I have been hyper fixating on this a little bit. There haven't been many more different makes to showcase on the channel for a while because I wanted to give it my time and energy. Now, for the main body of the blanket, I have been using my 4.5mm dots. And I have been using various shades of the Yarnsmith's Pebble Haze Prince DK that I got from the Wool Warehouse. The Wool Warehouse do ship worldwide, so even though this is a UK yarn, you can get it if you are overseas should you wish. I have been using various different colours for the various sections in the blanket, but all the stats are the same. They are 150 gram cakes or 5.25 ounce cakes, 435 meters or 476 yards. They are 67% cotton, 33% acrylic. You can cool wash up to 30 degrees, cool iron, cool tumble dry, do not bleach, dry clean using P. Recommends a 4mm knitting needles and a 4mm hook. Anything else I can tell you? Because it's a DK, it is obviously a lightweight number 3. This particular one I've got in my hand is shade 2D100, but they do have colour names on the website. but they are absolutely stunning. They are either one of the blown yarns or the chain spun. I don't know the difference, but it is super light, super airy. Got a slight halo, which occasionally can catch up on itself, but not too bad. I have absolutely loved working with this, and I have absolutely adored how the colours have played out. So I have used various shades of this for the background colour. And then for the main colour, to begin with, I had this huge ball of white that was bigger than my head. I used to hold it up next to my head to show you. Well, all of that I did put into the blanket. It was baby double knitting machine washable from James C. Brett. In total, it had 1,160 meters or 1,268 yards. But sorry, this was a 400-gram ball. But when I pulled this from my stash, I actually only had 296 grams left. So I had already used 104 grams. So it was a partial big ball, but I did put it in. Then when I had used, and it was just white, guys, just white acrylic, 100% acrylic, machine washable. You can wash up to 40 degrees Celsius on a synthetic cycle. Cool iron, do not chlorine bleach, do not tumble dry, dry flat. But it's acrylic, guys. It will be absolutely fine. I got this in a LYS about 20 minutes away from where I live. And all of that has gone in there. And again, it's a DK and it's just white. So when I had used all of that one, I switched over to Hobie Kind Feather that I had in my stash. It is 100% premium acrylic, anti-pilling, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, 235 meters or 257 yards. Lightweight number 3, which is a DK, recommends 4mm needles, 4.5mm hook. Wash up to 30 degrees, do not bleach, low iron, dry clean using pea, don't tumble, lay flat. But again, guys, it is acrylic. It should be absolutely fine. Made in Turkey. And again, this was just in white. They call it colour 1. So I had to dig into some of these because I had run out of the other white that I was using. So that gives you a bit of an overview of what I've been doing. I am now going to reveal at what stage I am at with the blanket. And then I'll give you a few more stats at the end. Yes, I think that's what we're going to do. So bear with me while I turn away from the camera slightly to get the blanket ready to show. It is really quite cumbersome and awkward. But when last we met, guys, I had finished those daisies. As you can see, I've got a blue stitch marker here. Now this blanket is folded. I will reveal the whole thing once I have gone through the different stages. So I had finished the fairies, finished the second set of daisies. So how much more did I get done from that blue stitch marker? I did get done the butterflies and the grape hyacinths. It is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I didn't stop at the butterflies, guys. Oh no. I then went on to the magic wands. So I got the magic wands done and the butterflies. And then, because I chose to put the gauge swatch along the bottom, remember the sparkles at the bottom, I wanted to even it up and put some more sparkles on the top. Oh yeah. So I have done, ooh, can you see? I can't see what you're seeing. Where's the stitch marker? Stitch marker's here. There it is. So I have done all of this. But wait, there is more. Okay, so the next part after doing all of that was the double envelope border. Now, let me just dig through the pattern a bit so I can show you her border. Oh, so actually the border was part number 8. Okay. As you can see, she decided to put some more mosaic detailing on her border. I attempted to put those corner sparkles on my border. I got all my stitch counts messed up. I got myself all confused, and I was just ready to start getting this finished and done. So I frogged back all of the mistaken rows. I think I'd got about 6 rows in, and the border is only 12 rows. So I'd already done half of the front border with the sparkles, but it was not lining up. I couldn't get it to work. My brain obviously had just gone, enough now, I can't do it. So I have made up my own front border, and then the back border is just either a stripy border or a plain border or whatever you want. So my blanket does not have the sparkles. I did my own thing. And the person that I am gifting it to, her favourite colours are pink and purple. Now there is quite a bit of pink already in the blanket, and I knew that it was going to take quite a bit of yarn, so I picked one of the colours of the Yarn Smith's Pebble Haze prints that I hadn't yet put in the blanket, and it's the one with the most purples in, which is this one here. My camera is going to massively blow it out. There is purple in there, there are blues in there. It is more gorgeous than my camera will ever show you, but I picked this one because, guys, I have done the whole front border and 3 rows of the back border, and I have already used a complete cake, and I have already dug into this one. This one's already had, you know, a chunk out of the middle. So the border I chose to do, because I just didn't want to get frustrated and not enjoy working on it anymore, is I just did 4 rows of the purple, a row of white, 2 rows of the purple, a row of white, and then finished it on 4 rows of the purple. So the way I see it is that it kind of looks like a photo frame around the beautiful fairy design of the blanket. So I have completed the front border, and I have done 3 rows of the back border here. Just a smidgy bit of that back border. So I need to now finish this back border. I've done 3 rows, which means I've got another 9 rows to go. And then it will be as tall as this row, this border. It's really hard to show you, but this is a secondary border coming out the back of the piece. This is on the front of the piece. I need to make this border here as tall as this one, and when it is as tall as that one, I am literally just going to crochet them both together. And the reason why we do that, guys, is because on the sides with mosaic crochet, you go from right to left and cut the yarn, right to left and cut the yarn. It's almost like a typewriter. So it means that on both of the sides you have a lot of ends, and nobody wants to be weaving in that many ends because you've got them both sides, and it is hundreds of them. What she tells you to do is she does tell you to trim them, and then for extra security she tells you to take a couple of them and knot them together so that there is extra knots with your side strands to stop them from unweaving. So, you know, before I join the 2 borders together, I will just go back through, make sure the knots on these are super duper tight. They're not going to come undone. And then this side that is done will meet the taller side at the back, and they will be crocheted together along the edge, and then all of those ends are going to be sandwiched between the 2 borders, never to be seen again, never having to be woven in. It's going to be gorgeous. And for the back, I am just doing all 12 rows in the purple. I'm not putting any white in it. I am done with the white. I've got 9 more rows of the purple. So I'm probably not going to come back and do another video on the fairy dust like this one. I will try and do maybe a short or at least photos on my community tab when it is completed. But let me just give you an overview of all of it, because this will be the last time that you are seeing it. So bear with me. Okay, so we started at the bottom and we've got 4. No, we didn't even start on the mushroom houses. I apologise. Right, come on, Manfa, get your act together. So there are the sparkles at the bottom, the fallen leaves. It's really difficult to show. The mushroom houses, all 4 of them. Okay, then we had the first lot of daisies. Then we had the fairies. And I am just in love with the fairies. And there is one there. And one there. And I hope I've shown you properly, because I can't see what I'm showing you at all. Then the second lot of daisies, which is where I had got to last time. And then since last time, we have got 4 butterflies and the grape hyacinths. The magic wands and another section of sparkles, plus the completed front border and the beginnings of the back border as well. So there you go. What do you think, guys? Did I do good? Do you think that I cheated by not doing the sparkles on the border? Who knows? Another reason why I wanted to swap from the white being the main colour and the colour in the background to the purple being the main colour and the white just as a detail is when you have a blanket and you use it a lot, it tends to be the edges that you pull it up with, you adjust it with, that you use to fold it. The edges get a lot more wear and tear than the main body of the blanket. White is a very light colour. I was worried that it might get grubby a bit quick. So I thought if I did the majority of it in the darker purple, it probably won't need washing as much as well. But yes, I am so pleased with how it turned out. I am over the moon, and I have got all of that done since last we met. I have been working like a Trojan, and I still have a smidgy bit more to do, but that's okay, and I will get it done before Christmas. So the few more stats that I wanted to give. So in the end, like I said, I finished off this big ball, which was about 296 grams of it. I then put in a further 3 of the kind feather, but nearly a 4th because I only have this much left of the 4th kind feather, so nearly a 4th. So I won't be including that yarn label into my completed labels for the year. So yeah, that was all of the white. At this point, I have completed 2 full cakes of the colours. One was the fairy section, one is the border. I do think I'll have a smidgy bit left of the second cake though, so I think this will be the total of yarn labels for this project, which is still pretty darn good. I have this much left of the fairy colour, which in all fairness looks like a full cake. I only used a smidgy bit out of the middle, hardly anything. So this one is going to go back on my shelf because there is a fair bit left in it. So I will put that one back up on my shelf and I will know that I've used some of it. And then all the other colours, guys, are going to be scraps that I'm going to put in my scrap bin to hopefully use up in other projects, possibly next year now. So we've got those 2 scraps to go in the scrap bin. I have got this scrap to go in the scrap bin. And I have got this one as well. So they're still, you know, quite sizable scraps, so you never know. And like I said, the little scrap of the white here as well can go in my scrap bin. So, and also just to let you know, like I said, the main body of the blanket I did in my 4.5 dots, but for the border I did go down to a 4, just so that the stitches were nice, neat, tight, compact. So I did use 2 different hooks on this project as well, and I absolutely love my dots. As you know, I love my dots. And I think that is basically it. Like I said, I will either do a short when this blanket is completely done, because it's only the back border and joining them together left. I will definitely remember to take photographs, because this is going to be one of those projects that I do want to remember for the rest of my life, and to have a record of it. And also I would love to share it with you on my community tab when that is done. This has been a really joyful, happy, exciting, enjoyable project to work on. I have loved every minute, apart from the border. The border is getting a little bit tedious now, but it will be so worth it when it's done, because I won't have to weave in those bazillion ends. So I'm powering through. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to get it done, because I know that I will be so relieved and so thankful that I did power through with it in the end. I am pretty sure the friend that I am gifting this to is going to absolutely adore it. I cannot wait to see her face when I do get to gift it to her. And it will also mean that she has something I made her forever and ever. So yeah, it's been an absolute blast. I totally recommend Rosina Plain for her overlay mosaic patterns. She has got a plethora of them out there, guys. She does have a Facebook group as well. I believe she is on Ravelry. I don't know about Etsy, because I actually got this on Ravelry. Yes, it is a paid for pattern, but as you can see, it is well worth it. You get the written instructions and charts, so it doesn't matter um how you prefer to have your instructions for a pattern. And the beautiful thing about Rosina as well is that she doesn't get bogged down with the UK terms versus US terms. She actually comes up with generic stitches for her patterns. So, for example, she uses a capital letter E for edge stitch, which is a double crochet in UK or single crochet US. And she does explain it on the key here. She, you know, she uses a capital F on its own, and that is a front loop treble 2D. I don't know why I read you that one. It's really difficult to just describe that one. So let's do this one. Let's do a capital B, back loop double for UK, back loop single for US. I mean, honestly, guys, she makes it so easy. It doesn't matter what terminology you prefer, because she has made her own code. It is so worth the money. I will put a link to the pattern down in my description box for you. If you would like the pattern, then please only do so if you have the funds to go and get it. I'm not trying to enable you. I am just showcasing what I have done with this pattern. But in my opinion, it is worth every single penny. I have loved it, and at some point in the future, I would love to make another one. And that's good, because I've now got the pattern for life. It ticked off one of my 24 goals for 2024 to dabble in a bit more mosaic. So, you know, it did that. It's a gorgeous Christmas present for my friend, who I love very, very much. It helped me get a few more yarn labels for my end of year total. For Stash Down, I can only include the white statistics because the colours I bought this year, but the white has been in my stash since last year. So I will only be able to include the statistics for the white in Stash Down, but it helped towards that because I think this is the only thing that I've got for November Stash Down. Because it has been such a hyper focus of mine, as well as the magazine makes thing that I've been trying to do. Those two have been literally my only two projects for the whole of November. So yeah, I am not going to have anything but this white to put forward for Stash Down, but that's okay. Some months are going to be less than others. It is absolutely fine, and Stash Down isn't even a competition. So yeah, this ticked a lot of boxes for me. Like I said, all of you are capable of mosaic, honestly and truly. It has been so much fun, and if you can do those 3 basic stitches that I said, chain, single and double in US terminology, then you are golden. Honestly, be brave, give it a go, because honestly you will have so much fun. Overlay is my preferred mosaic to inset as well. But yeah, go check out Rosina and all the other wonderful patterns that she's got. Like I said, when I have finally finished that back border, I will do a little short, or I will at least put pictures on my community tab, so you will get to see it completed before it is gifted, just not on a video all of its own, because I won't have very much to talk about or show. Just 9 rows of a back border connected. That's it. So yeah, that is it for the fairy dust on this channel pretty much. And like I said, I've had an absolute blast. I absolutely love it. A couple of my friends got inspired to make it as well, and I know another couple of people that are planning to get it on their hooks soon also. So ladies that either are doing it or plan to do it, you are going to have an absolute blast. And any questions, just email me or message me in whatever capacity that you are able to, and I will be more than happy to help you. But with that, guys, that literally is it. I need to put those scrap balls in the scrap bin. I need to put those labels in my label envelope, and I basically need to get the other 9 rows of the border done. So I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments, have you ever tried mosaic? Do you plan on making this one in particular? Or what's your thoughts on practically the finished item? Let me know down below. I really would like to hear your thoughts and opinions. And I will see you very, very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.